Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Conley with Clean Fuels Ohio. Thanks for clicking in and viewing our conversation today. I'm pleased to be joined by John Gonzalez from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. John, thanks for taking time to talk with us today.
Andrew, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and certainly we, as a Department of Energy Clean Cities Coalition, have always appreciated the support and technical expertise from NREL. But could you tell the viewers a little bit more about your position at NREL and what NREL is as an organization?
Well, NREL is the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. We're based in Golden, Colorado, one of 17 national laboratories that is managed by the Department of Energy. Our program that we focus on is based around the Clean Cities program. The group that I'm part of is what they call the Center for Integrated Mobility Sciences, or CIMS. It's kind of our group at the lab, but we really focus on the clean cities piece of it and fuel portfolio as far as helping fleets understand alternative fuels. And my role is primarily technical support and technical service, helping fleets when they have questions about their vehicles or looking to bring alternative fuel vehicles into their fleet, helping them with that. And if they brought vehicles into their fleet and they've had some challenges, how can we help them through those as well?
Yeah, and certainly the Department of Energy and NREL in particular do a lot of R&D, but I think really your comments and particular work points right to the heart of what we do every day, which is work with end users who are really deploying these vehicles in live operations in their fleets. So that's really what we're excited to be talking with you about today. And I know you've been a fleet manager yourself in a former life, as well as now work with a lot of the technical integration of vehicles and technologies in fleets. From your perspective, could you speak a little more to some of the typical barriers or issues you see from your vantage point that fleets are facing in day-to-day operations?
Well, Andrew, like you said, I spent 4 years as a fleet manager for a school district here in Colorado. Was able to get a little bit of experience there, understanding more about how the fleets operate. We were fortunate. We had a great director that gave us some pretty good direction, but also we wanted to make sure we did things right, and we ran biodiesel in our fleet. This was really before propane buses kind of started waking up. So I went through those challenges and those conversations with my technicians and with the drivers and explaining how that works. But ultimately, a fleet manager's responsibility is to make sure the vehicle goes out and comes back safely every day. It has a job to do, and that's really what they get that vehicle for, whether it's a school bus or a service vehicle or a pool vehicle. Its job is to leave and come back every day and do it safely. So that's really what a fleet manager has in the front of his mind. And then the second is, how do we do this in a way that we're good environmental stewards? We, in most cases, are public entities utilizing public funds. And so we have a responsibility for our constituents to make sure that we're doing a good job for them and utilizing those funds in a good manner. So I think those go hand in hand.
Most definitely. Certainly that kind of uptime that vehicle has to perform, on the public sector side. Certainly, there's stories of mayoral races won or lost off of how well the roads were plowed and garbage was picked up and all of that. And obviously for major private fleets, that's real money in the bank, dollars and cents towards the bottom line if those vehicles are up or down. So I think those are really good points to drill into a little further. And I think from my vantage point, operational cost, while so many are focused on operational cost, things like fuel efficiency really point to the nexus of both cost and emissions. If you're using less fuel, you're burning less fuel, you're saving money and also saving emissions. So maybe talk to a little bit more from your perspective about some of those issues that may also dovetail into win-wins of solutions for fleets.
Well, fuel economy is big, no doubt about it. How it hits your bottom line, it's a big part of what the fleet budget is fuel, and that's a big driver. And when we see fuel prices change like we are right now, that can have a big effect. So Alternative fuels can help that, where you can get maybe prices locked in for a longer period of time. We've seen that benefit quite a bit. Also, it's important to understand that the vehicle does have a job to do, and how do those alternative fuels work and make that job even better than what they're doing, especially like I said, my history comes from school buses and having buses parked in loading zones or driving through loading zones where you have children there, that you want to make sure that that environment is as clean as possible for them, because those lungs are some of the ones most susceptible to these pollutants. So we want to make sure we do that. That's very important. And we're driving through neighborhoods on a daily basis. So I think each fleet has their own reasons why they would look at different solutions and different alternatives. But that's where Clean Cities, I believe, has a great resource to be able to show all those different resources that are available to them and the different alternative fuels that can help them meet those goals to hit that uptime, but also be meeting those environmental goals that the organization has set forth for them.
Yeah, certainly. And one of the things I hear consistently from fleets is, wow, there's such an array of different technology options now, where it used to just be, do I want equipment manufacturer A or equipment manufacturer B? Do I want gas or diesel? Now we have this array of fuel efficiency technologies and alternative fuel types and vehicle options. Is that something you're also hearing from fleets you connect with, and does NREL have some resources that can help guide fleets in those decision making processes?
You bet. Well, I call it a portfolio approach. You have what they are, the portfolio of fuels that are available. I mean, we know the gasoline and diesel that is out there. That's what the fleet's been running forever. But you also have natural gas and propane and electricity and biodiesel and ethanol and hydrogen, all those different options for fleets to look at. And it can be daunting, it can be confusing, but you bet we are there to help them understand that a little bit better through the Alternative Fuels Data Center, which is AFDC. It's the website that the National Renewable Energy Laboratory monitors and manages for the Department of Energy, that really talks about all these different fuels and how they can work within a given fleet. So some fleets, like school districts, electricity might work well, or maybe it doesn't work as well, and propane might work better, or natural gas. It depends. Maybe renewable diesel, different things like that. So what we do is we really give them the full portfolio of different ideas that are out there and how they can do it and manage that within their fleet while still meeting their objectives.
Yeah, certainly the afdc.energy.gov, the Alternative Fuels Data Center, is a wealth of information on all the different fuel types and has a variety of tools like cost calculators, station locator tools for existing public stations. But I know you have also helped NREL with fleet guides in various capacities over the years. Can you speak a little more towards what kind of additional resources like that are available?
Yeah, there's different guides that are available in the AFDC. It's more to help fleets understand if they're looking at a given technology, say natural gas, how do they bring that into their fleet? How does that work? How can conversions versus original equipment manufacturers or OEMs? How do you upgrade the facility? We have facility guides on how to do that. Also talk propane and propane installations, siting installations. We do this for electric vehicles, for their electric vehicle charging, how to do that most efficiently, how does that look, who do you need to talk to, code officials, kind of give a blueprint on what is the best way for the fleet if they're looking at this given technology, how to move forward with it. Because if they're looking at this for the first time, there's a lot of things they don't know, and the question is, you don't know what you don't know, right? So that's really what these documents do. They're designed to help you through that in a very unbiased manner, to give you a picture of what you're looking at and how to start moving forward with this in an efficient manner that can be productive for your fleet. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up. We're real proud of that. It's a website that we work on continually to make sure it's up to date and work with the latest experts to ensure that is information that's going to be pertinent for the fleets.
No, it's certainly a wealth of information and a resource I have personally used to keep myself informed. And those guides really do provide a good lay of the land, like a checklist style template to say, okay, who do I need to, what boxes need to be checked, what types of other parties do I need to be working with to make sure this is done right if we're going down this fuel or technology deployment path. So we'll have links to the AFDC as well as some of these different vehicle guides on our Transportation Solutions Showcase, where you've found the link to this video. But John, anything else you want to highlight from the NREL side, or additional kind of parting words of wisdom for our fleet partners?
I guess parting words of wisdom is don't fear what you don't know, because there's a lot of people out there that can help guide you through this process. Alternative fuels aren't new. They've been around for a long time, and we highly encourage them. There's ways that you can do this efficiently and also provide really good resources for your fleet. But also understand that the AFDC and NREL and what DOE is doing is providing resources to you. We want to give you the information that maybe others can't, or maybe that you don't get through normal sales channels. We want to make sure that you're getting unbiased information. And we work with the coalitions around the country, just like we are with Ohio here, and others that are great resources as well. We encourage you to reach out to your Clean Cities coalitions and your coordinators, because they are a fantastic resource to be able to give you unbiased information to help you make wise decisions moving forward.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate your work in particular, and NREL's support of the Clean Cities mission. Really encourage listeners to click into the AFDC and view all the wealth of resources and information that's there. And really thank you for your time today, John. It's always great talking to you, and appreciate your support.
Andrew, thank you. Appreciate it. And best of luck to everybody out there. We're here to help you.
Thanks.
Thank you.